These are my audience members. Hi, my name is Amanda Stanfield, and this is my entertainment speech. So I'm going to be telling you a funny story about how I solved a problem in my marriage. So for a little bit of background information, my husband and I have been married for we've been together for 13 years, married for 12. But ever since I was a little girl, I would bring a drink to bed because inevitably I will wake up in the middle of the night and I will be thirsty. So I bring a drink so I'm not thirsty. My husband also has this problem. So whenever we go to bed and we wake up in the middle of the night, like a good wife, I share my drink with him because he gets thirsty too. And I kind of struggled with this because I didn't want to seem selfish, but he typically drank my entire drink. And so I tried to figure out how can I solve this problem without being a jerk, because my husband's the nicest person on the planet. He always shares anything of his with me, but I didn't want to share my drink in the middle of the night, probably because I was tired, but I didn't want to share my drink. So at first I thought, well, what if I bring 2 drinks to bed? Now there's one for him, one for me, everybody's happy. And sometimes that would work, but there were a few nights that he'd be really thirsty and he'd end up drinking my entire drink as well. So I ended up right back to square one, thirsty and cranky because I was tired and I didn't have a drink. So I thought about it again and I realized that my problem wasn't that my husband was drinking everything at night. I could care less if he drank gallons at night. I cared that he was drinking my drink and that he liked my drink. So if I brought a drink to bed that he did not like, then he wouldn't drink it. Or at least if he did, he wouldn't drink all of it. And I would still have a drink at night when I woke up and I was thirsty and cranky. So the first few days I implemented this change. He'd ask for a drink and I'd give it to him and he'd kind of scoff and make faces and he'd be like, oh, what is that? I'm like, well, it's my lemon water. And he's like, why are you drinking lemon water? I'm like, well, I'm trying to make healthier choices and drink more water. So I figure perfect way to do that is in the middle of the night when I wake up and I'm thirsty, just drink some water. Well, he didn't like lemon water, not at all. But I kept with it, and after the first few nights, instead of asking for a drink, he'd ask what I was drinking. And after about, I want to say 2 weeks, he stopped asking to have a drink of mine at all. He stopped asking, I didn't have to share my drink, and it wasn't until, I want to say, maybe a few months later, that he finally realized what I'd been doing, and that I manipulated him just a little bit. But my husband now brings his own drink to bed, so I don't have to share. I do, however, still bring my lemon water to bed, just in case, because you never know when he might ask for a drink. But yeah, that is my story, and I hope you were entertained and maybe found it useful for your lives. Thank you.